Welcome everyone. I am very happy to see you again in this module. Today we are going to discuss about edge connectivity of graphs. 18 Mahendratta once said, the whole world is like graph theory where love is an edge that connects people either directly or indirectly. Yes, today we are going to learn about the parameter that measures connectedness of a graphs, that is connectivity. Connectivity is an intuitive area of graph theory. Connectivity and edge connectivity are useful in deciding the connected graph properties. Let's see the definition now. Connectivity of a graph is a minimal number of vertices whose removal results in a disconnected graph or a trivial graph. It can be represented by kappa of G. And if kappa of G is equal to 0, then the graph is disconnected. If kappa of G is equal to 1, then the graph has a cut vertex. Connectivity of a complete graph with p vertices is equal to p minus 1. That is, any complete graph can never be disconnected by removal of its vertices, but it results in a trivial graph by removing p minus 1 points. Since removal of vertices results in disconnected graph, kappa of G is called as the point connectivity. Here we are removing points, not vertices. So we call this connectivity as vertex connectivity or point connectivity. Let's see some examples now. Now we are going to find the connectivity, that is vertex connectivity of the complete graph with 4 points, that is with 5 points k5. So here we are having complete graph with 5 points k5. As we already seen, vertex connectivity is the minimum number of vertices whose removal results in disconnected graph. So here this is a connected graph since there exists a path between any two vertices of this graph, and since this is a complete graph, this should be connected. Here we are having k5, this is connected. Now we are going to find the connectivity of this k5. So we are going to remove vertices and whether we are going to see whether the graph results in a disconnected graph or a trivial graph. So here as you can see, the degree of every vertices is 4. So the removing of the single vertices is immaterial of its labeling. So here first I remove the vertex v3. The removal of the vertex v3 means you have to remove this vertex and all the edges that is incident on the vertex v3. So this results in this graph without the edges incident on v3 as well as the vertex v3. So here this graph is also connected. As you can see, there exists a path between every two vertices. So removal of this vertex alone does not result in a disconnected graph or a trivial graph. So here what I am going to do is I am going to remove the vertices v3 as well as the vertex v4. That is, I am going to remove two vertices. So that results in this graph. This is again k3 or c3. This is also connected. So removal of two vertices also does not meet my requirement. I am gonna go further. So that is, I removed this vertex v1 also. That results in k2, still it is connected. So here I have to remove one more vertex, that is I am gonna remove v5. So that results in a trivial graph v2. We already seen. So removal of any number of vertices in a complete graph does not give us a non-trivial disconnected graph. It always gives us a trivial graph. Therefore, if for k5 we have to remove 4 vertices to get a trivial graph. So the connectivity, that is the minimum number. The connectivity of k5 is 4. Similarly, connectivity of kp is equal to p minus 1. Let's see another example. So this is the graph G I am having. I am gonna find the connectivity of this graph G, and this is not a complete graph, so we are going to find it. We have already seen the definition. Here I have to find the connectivity, which means that I have to remove vertices that results in a disconnected graph. Here I can remove this vertex v1 and as well as this vertex v5. So that gives me this graph. Here this is a disconnected graph. As you can see here, we are having two components, this and this component, and there is no path between V6 to V2 as well as V6 to V4, V6 to V3, which means that this is a disconnected graph. So connectivity, that is the minimum number. Therefore, connectivity of this graph is 2. I can also remove these two vertices also, keeping all the vertices as is. So, if I remove V2, V4, still I will be getting this graph only. So, the connectivity of this graph is 2. We have seen the definition for vertex connectivity. If it is defined for a vertex, then why not for edge? As we are going to see edge connectivity. So, the definition goes like this: edge connectivity of a graph is a minimal number of lines or edges whose removal results in a disconnected graph or a trivial graph. So, edge connectivity of a graph is represented by kappa dash of G. Okay. So, if a graph is already disconnected, then there is no need to remove a line to make it again disconnected. So, the edge connectivity of a disconnected graph, that is k dash of G, is equal to 0. If it is a trivial graph, then also no need to take any bridges, any lines from it. Therefore, for a trivial graph also, edge connectivity is equal to 0. So, if it has a bridge, that is, a bridge is an edge whose removal results in a disconnected graph. So, if it has a bridge, then also edge connectivity of that graph is 1. Here we are going to see some more examples related to edge connectivity. Here we are having K phi. So, here we are going to find edge connectivity of this complete graph K phi first. All the degree of all the vertices here is 4. So, edge connectivity is nothing but the minimal number of edges whose removal results in a disconnected graph. So, what I am going to do here is, I am going to fix a vertex, that is V3. I am going to remove all the edges that is incident on the particular vertex. That is, I am going to remove E3, I am going to remove E7, I am going to remove E9, I am going to remove E4, but the vertex V3 will still be there. So, that is this graph. If I remove all the vertices, all the edges that is incident on this particular vertex V3, so the degree of this V3 has become 0 now. So, this graph has two components, one component is this and the other component is this, which means this is a disconnected graph. So, the graph is disconnected, which means we are done with this. So, how many lines did we remove here? We removed 4 lines, therefore, the connectivity, that is edge connectivity of K phi is 4. And this is the minimum number. So, if you remove any 3 lines from this graph, the resulting graph will still be connected. So, here the edge connectivity of K phi is equal to 4. Next, we shall see another example. So, this is the graph G1. So, this is connected and there is a path between any two vertices of this graph, and as you can see here, there is a bridge, that is E3, that connects the vertices V2 and V3. So, it has a bridge. So, edge connectivity of a graph that has a bridge is 1, that is, it is enough if you remove this edge alone. If you remove this edge, you will be having two components. The one component is this, the other component will be this. Therefore, the connectivity, that is edge connectivity of this graph is equal to 1. Let us see some more example. This is the graph G, for which we already found out the vertex connectivity. Here we are going to find edge connectivity. Okay. So, here the edge connectivity is also 2, because if you remove the edges E1 and E2, we will be getting a disconnected graph, that is this graph. This graph consists of two components. One component consists of this vertex alone V6, the other component is this. So, here I removed E1 and E2. We can also get a disconnected graph by removing the edges E7 and E8. Therefore, the connectivity of this graph, that is edge connectivity of this graph, kappa dash of G is equal to 2. So, if you remove a single line from this graph, the resulting graph will again be connected. Therefore, 2 is the minimum number. Therefore, kappa dash of G is equal to 2. Let us see the definition of n edge connected. A graph G is called n edge connected if kappa dash of G greater than or equal to n. Same holds good for n vertex connected also. Let us see a theorem now. Statement is, Let G be a graph. G is an edge connector if and only if given any pair of distinct vertices u and v of G, there are at least n edge disjoint paths from u to v. We shall see the proof now. Let G be an edge connector. We have taken a graph to be an edge connector, and we are going to take two distinct vertices of G, that is u and v. Since G is an edge connector, then any uv separating set of edges must have n elements. Therefore, there must be at least n edge disjoint uv paths as required. Conversely, for every pair of distinct vertices u and v of G, there are at least n edge disjoint paths from u to v. This is what we are going to assume. Therefore, for each pair of vertices u and v, every uv separating set of edges must have at least n members. Thus, it requires the deletion of at least n edges from G in order to produce a disconnected graph or a trivial graph. That is, G is n edge connected. Hence, we proved the theorem. Let's see an inequality called as Whitney's inequality. This inequality connects connectivity of a graph, that is vertex connectivity, and the edge connectivity as well as the minimum degree of G. For any graph G, kappa of G, that is vertex connectivity, less than or equal to kappa dashed of G, that is less than or equal to delta of G, that is minimum degree of G. We shall see the proof now. First, we will prove kappa dashed of G less than or equal to delta of G, that is the second part of the inequality. If G has no lines, then kappa dashed of G is equal to 0. If G has no lines, then already it is disconnected, no need to remove, there is no line there. So, kappa dashed of G is equal to 0 and the minimum degree is also 0, the inequality got verified. If G has lines, then a disconnected graph can be obtained by removing all the lines incident with the point of minimum degree. So, here we are taking the point of minimum degree and removing all the lines that is incident on that minimum degree, that gives us the disconnected graph, which means kappa dashed of G edge connectivity is less than or equal to delta of G, that is minimum degree. That is we proved the second inequality here. Now consider the first inequality. We are going to prove connectivity, that is kappa of G less than or equal to kappa dashed of G. Let G be a disconnected graph or a trivial graph. Then kappa of G is equal to 0 and edge connectivity is also equal to 0. The inequality got verified here. Let me take a connected graph here, and that graph has a bridge, that is, let G be connected and has a bridge B, which means edge connectivity is 1. If you remove an edge there, the graph will become disconnected. Therefore, kappa dashed of G is equal to 1, as well as the connectivity is also is equal to 1, because if G has a bridge, then G has a cut point also, which means here connectivity and edge connectivity both equals 1. Here the inequality got verified. Now consider G has edge connectivity kappa dashed of G greater than or equal to 2. That is, removal of k dash of G number of lines disconnects the graph. So, removal of k dashed minus 1 of these lines produces a graph with the bridge, that is, I am gonna call that bridge as xy. Select an incident vertex for every k dash minus 1 points different from x and y. By removing these k dash minus 1 vertices, either k dash minus 1 lines can be removed or more than k dash minus 1 lines can be removed. If the resulting graph is disconnected, then connectivity of G is already less than or equal to edge connectivity k dash of G. If it is still connected, then B is a bridge. So, by removing either x or y will result in a disconnected graph or a trivial graph, which means connectivity of G is less than or equal to k dash of G. We proved the theorem here. Let us see the next theorem. Given integers a, b, c with 1 less than or equal to a, less than or equal to b, less than or equal to c, there exists a graph G with connectivity, that is kappa of G is equal to A and kappa dashed of G is equal to B and delta of G is equal to C. So, the significance of this statement is we can find a graph that satisfies this particular inequality, that is if A, that is connectivity and H connectivity and the minimum degree is given, we can create a graph that satisfies that particular condition. We shall see the proof now. Let G is equal to G1 union G2, where we are going to take G1 and G2 as K C plus 1, that is a complete graph with C plus 1 vertices. If V1 and V2 are the set of vertices of G1 and G2, what we are going to do here is we are going to choose subsets of vertices in the first graph G1 and some edges in the second graph G2. That is, we are going to choose A number of vertices in the first graph and gonna connect that with the next graph by using B number of lines. That is, if we choose all the A vertices should be incident, at least it should have a degree 1 with the next graph. So, in this way we can create a graph that satisfies our inequality. Now, we will draw a graph related to this theorem. We are going to first verify witness inequality, that is kappa of G less than or equal to kappa dashed of G, that is less than or equal to minimum degree delta of G. Consider this graph G. So, here we are going to verify witness inequality. First, we are going to find the minimum degree of this graph G. So, the minimum degree is 3. As you can see here, this is a vertex V9 which has 3 edges incident on it, namely E13, E10, E14, and the minimum degree, the degree of this V9 is 3, and we do not have a vertex that has a degree 2, which means 3 is the minimum degree. Delta of G is equal to 3 here. Next, we are going to find kappa of G, that is connectivity, vertex connectivity of this graph G. So, if you remove this vertex V2, that will give you two components, one component consisting of this part, the other one will consist of this part, which means that results in a disconnected graph. Therefore, it has a cut point, therefore, the connectivity, that is vertex connectivity of this graph is 1. Next, we are going to find edge connectivity. For edge connectivity, we are going to remove edges to make it disconnected. So, here what I am going to do is I am going to remove edges E3 and E6. So, if I remove edges E3 and E6, that will result in disconnected graph. Again, two components, one will consist of this part, the other will consist of this part. So, the connectivity, that is edge connectivity of this graph G is 2. Similarly, instead of removing E3 and E6, we can also remove edges E2 and E7, that will also result in a disconnected graph. And since it does not have a bridge, the connectivity cannot be, edge connectivity cannot be equal to 1. So, therefore, the minimum number of edge to be removed to get a disconnected graph is 2, that results in kappa dashed of G is equal to 2. So, we have kappa of G is equal to 1, kappa dashed of G is equal to 2, and delta of G, that is equal to 3, and 1 is less than 2 less than 3, which means the witness inequality is verified here. For the next graph, what we are going to do is we are going to draw a graph satisfying these relations, that is I am going to have a graph. For that, connectivity should be equal to 1, edge connectivity should be equal to 2, and minimum degree is equal to 3. For this, what I am going to do is I am going to draw a graph of that is complete graph, two complete graphs with 3 plus 1 point, that is 4 points. So, here I am having a complete graph with 4 points. Here also I am having a complete point with complete graph with 4 points. So, here my vertex connectivity should be equal to 1. What I am going to do is I am going to fix this vertex V2 of the first graph, and I am going to join this vertex to this graph by means of two edges, that is this edge and this edge, which makes my edge connectivity also equals to 2. So, if I remove these two edges, the graph will get disconnected, which means my edge connectivity is equal to 2. If I remove this vertex, again the graph will become disconnected. That will gives me connectivity is equal to 1. So, in similar procedure, we can also develop a graph for any kind of A, B, C that satisfies this inequality, that is connectivity is equal to A, edge connectivity is equal to B, delta of G is equal to C is given. We can draw a graph by choosing suitable vertices and edges. Let us see a theorem now. If minimum degree delta greater than or equal to n by 2, that ensures kappa dash is equal to delta in a graph G. We shall see the proof now. Let G be a graph with minimum degree greater than or equal to n by 2. We are going to assume kappa dash less than delta. Let F be the set of kappa dashed edges disconnecting G. Let C1 and C2 be the components of G difference F. Let A1 and A2 be the set of n vertices of the edges of F in C1 and C2 with the cardinality being equal to R and S. If V of C1 is equal to A1, then each vertex of C1 is adjacent with at least one edge of F. Let P be the number of edges in C1 that satisfies the following inequality, that is P greater than or equal to R delta minus kappa dash divided by 2, that is greater than R delta minus delta divided by 2, since kappa dash is less than delta according to the witness inequality, and that is equal to R minus 1 delta divided by 2, that is greater than R minus 1 into R by 2, since R is less than or equal to cardinality of F, that is equal to kappa dash, that is less than delta. But a graph on R vertices cannot have more than R minus 1 into R divided by 2 edges. Thus, cardinality of V of C1 greater than cardinality of A1. Similarly, we can prove that cardinality of V of C2 greater than cardinality of A2. Therefore, each of C1 and C2 contains at least delta plus 1 vertices. That is, we can have n that is equal to cardinality of V of G, that is greater than or equal to 2 times delta plus 1, that is greater than or equal to 2 times n by 2 plus 1, that is equal to n plus 2. That is a contradiction. Therefore, kappa dash is equal to delta. We shall see a problem now. Let A, B be the only two vertices having odd degree of a graph G. We are going to show A and B are connected in G. We shall see the solution now. Let G be connected. If G is connected, then there is nothing to prove. If G is disconnected, I am going to assume A and B are not connected. That is, A and B lie in different components of G. Therefore, the component of G containing A contains only one odd degree vertex A. Similarly, the component of G containing B contains only one degree vertex, that is only one odd degree vertex B, which is not possible as each component of G is itself a connected graph. In a connected graph, number of odd degree vertices should be even. So, that is a contradiction here. Therefore, A and B lies in the same component of G, therefore, they are connected. The next problem, let G be a connected graph. We are going to prove G remains connected after removing an edge E from G if and only if E lie in some circuit in G. We shall see the solution now. Let the edge E lies in a circuit, that is cycle of the graph G. So, in a cycle we know that there exists at least two paths in between the n vertices of E in G. Therefore, removal of an edge E from the connected graph will never affect the connectivity of G, that is a cycle here. Conversely, assume that E does not lie in any circuit, that is cycle of G, then removal of E disconnects the n vertices of E, therefore G is disconnected. Next, we are going to see the definition of block. A connected graph that has no vertices is called a block. So, this we already have seen, just I am recalling this. And the blocks of G are given in the screen, you can go through that, and any block with at least 3 vertices is 2 connected. A block of a graph G is maximal subgraph H of G such that H is a block. Every graph is the union of its blocks. We shall see the definition of internally disjoint paths. Let U V be 2 vertices of a graph G. 2 paths U 2V are internally disjoint if they have no common internal vertex. Here you can see here the first diagram, there are 2 paths, but the 2 paths does not have any internal vertex, whereas in the second diagram we have an internal vertex, that is x here between paths from U to V. Any path between U to V will have that internal vertex x, that is common vertex x. Statement is, let G be a graph with at least 3 vertices, then G is 2 connected if and only if for each pair of distinct vertices U and V of G there are 2 internally disjoint UV paths in G. We shall see the proof now. Suppose any pair of distinct vertices is connected by a pair of internally disjoint paths, then clearly G is connected. So, it is enough to prove that G has no cut vertices. So, we are going to assume that V is a cut vertex of G. If V is a cut vertex, then there are 2 vertices U and W of G, both different from V, such that V is on every UW path in G. By the hypothesis, there are 2 internally disjoint UW paths in G, and at most one of these can then pass through V. That implies V is not on every UW path, that is a contradiction, which means G has no cut vertices. Conversely, we are going to take G to be 2 connected graph and let U and V be a pair of distinct vertices of G, and D of U comma V is the distance between U and V. We are going to use induction on D of U comma V to show that there is a pair of internally disjoint UV paths. If distance is equal to 1, then U and V join by an edge, say E. Clearly, E is not a bridge since G has no cut vertices. Therefore, there is a UV path P and it is internally disjoint from the UV path Q given by the single edge E. Assume that distance between U and V is equal to K, that is greater than or equal to 2. Let x comma y be any pair of vertices with distance less than K. Then there are 2 internally disjoint xy paths. Let P be a path of length K from U to V and let W be the second last vertex x of P. Then distance between U and W is equal to K minus 1 and there are 2 internally disjoint UW path, say Q1 and Q2. Since G is 2 connected, W is not a cut vertex, that is G minus W is connected, and so there is a UV path P dash which does not pass through W. Let X be the last vertex of P dash, which is also a vertex of either Q1 or Q2. Suppose X belong to Q1, let P1 be the UV path given by the UX section of Q1 followed by the XV section of P dash. Let P2 be the UV path given by the path Q2 followed by the edge WV. Then we have P1 and P2 are internally disjoint with the definition of Q1 and Q2, X and P dash. Hence, the proof now follows by induction. We can see the diagram for your reference, that is on the screen now. We shall see the corollary now. If G is 2 connected, then any 2 vertices of G lie on a common cycle. So, the definition of subdivision of graph I am going to just recall here. A subdivision of a graph, sometimes we can call that as expansion, is a graph resulting from the subdivision of edges in G. The subdivision of some edge E with endpoints UV yields a graph containing one new vertex W and with an edge set replacing E by two new edges, the U and W and V. What we are actually doing here is, we are going to put a vertex in a edge that separates that vertex into two edges, that edge into two edges. So, next we shall see a note. The class of blocks with at least 3 vertices is closed under the operation of subdivision. We shall see a theorem now. The statement goes, if G is a block with n greater than or equal to 3, whenever there is a n that denotes the number of vertices here, then any edges of G lie in a common cycle. We shall see the proof now. If G is a block with n greater than or equal to 3 and E1 and E2 be two edges of G, we are going to form a new graph G dash by subdividing E1 and E2, and we are going to denoting the new vertices by V1 and V2. Clearly, G dash is a block with at least 5 vertices and hence it is 2 connected. By the corollary that we have seen now, if G is 2 connected, then any 2 vertices of G lie on a common cycle. V1 and V2 lie on a common cycle of G dash. That implies E1 and E2 also lie on a common cycle of G. Conclusion. Dear learners, we are now at the end of this module. In this module, we have seen about vertex connectivity, edge connectivity and the relation, that is inequality between them two, that is witness inequality. We also have seen the theorems that relates connectivity and internally disjoint paths. I hope this module will be useful to you. We will see again in the next module. Thank you so much.